What's up, dope family? What's good? What's popping with y'all today? So listen, check this out. On my way home, of course, you know, I'm having a chit chat with God, period. So I was in thought on my way home because I've been reading, you know, y'all's comments under my posts and my videos, and just thinking about people I've been talking to and people that, you know, I'm in connection with. Just over this last year or so, a lot of us have really been in a Job season. And what I heard God say is, your Job season woke up the beast in you. I feel like God did this. Like, this is a God thing. This is a God moment for a lot of us. Because listen, we're headed to new seasons. And listen, everybody is not in the same season. So before I go any further, every word is not for everybody. Your job is to go take this back to God in prayer to confirm if this word is for you. But you know what season you're in. You feel me? Like, you know where you are in your life. But what I'm saying is, for a lot of us, life got really hard. You know what I'm saying? This year, like, life got hard. People start falling away. Like, God started allowing us to see people for who they really were. We saw ourselves for who, you know, we realized and had to go within, you know what I'm saying, to learn who we really are. God showed us who he is and how he worked because he has kept us. You feel me? And I feel like that our entire season was God ordained. Because, listen, it's elevation time. It's time to eat. We on the way up. You feel me, family? We on the way up. And every season of your life, every new season that you go into is going to require a different version of who you are. So therefore, I feel like God allowed things to play out in our lives because there were people that we were holding on to who God said, let go of. There were people who we thought we knew that we really did not know, that God had to show us who they really were. And then there were things about us that God was not pleased with, that he had to show us who we were, and he had to work on us to work those things out of us. You feel me? Let's just keep it real. None of us are perfect. None of us are always good. You know what I'm saying? Like the Bible says, we're all filthy rags in the eyesight of God. So we're merely dirt. Without the blood of Jesus, without God's love, we're nothing. So I feel like God has taken us through a season of learning who we are, really trusting in God, and learning how to put people in their proper places in our lives. And also learning how to let go and release things that no longer serve us. God taught us that. I can honestly say he taught me that. Like, that's a lesson that I got. And another lesson that I got is my peace is more important than anything. I mean, it's more important than money. You can't buy peace. And God allowed me to get peace in the midst of a very chaotic season, y'all. Like, literally, I honestly, and I've said this so many times to different people that I've had to, like, you know what I'm saying, tell my testimony to, or people that I've talked to. I honestly felt like I was standing smack dab in the middle of a typhoon, but it couldn't touch me. But I had so much peace that even though things around me were going crazy. Like, I'm talking about things got so chaotic in my world that if you had been in my shoes, you wouldn't have made it. But because God gave that assignment to me, because God already instilled in me what I needed to weather the storm, I made it through. Thank God. And even going through all of that, you know what I'm saying? There were times when I was like, God, like, come on now. You know, like, come on, give me a break. But even in that, I still had peace. You feel me? I had peace and I still got peace. And God, I thank you for your peace. Because listen, once you get some peace about yourself, and once you realize what peace means, I'm talking about that peace that surpasses all understanding. That peace that you don't even understand. When you're like, I should be bothered. I should be mad. But I'm not. I should be all bent out of shape. I should be falling to pieces right now. But I'm not. That type of peace. When you get that type of peace, you won't allow anything or anybody to come between you and that peace anymore. I can't do it. You feel me? But I feel like God allowed us to go through this season because we're headed to elevation. We're headed to new levels. We're on the way up. I had a dream. And in that dream, like the only thing I can really remember is I was on an airplane with a group of people. And the only thing I can remember is the announcer came on the intercom or whatever and said, welcome to your next level. And I woke up. Like, that's the only thing I can remember in the dream. And I know that that was God saying, welcome to your next level. But before God could take you to your new level, he had to do a work in you. He had, like I say, he had to show you some things about you and some of the people that you had with you, because we all know everybody cannot go with you into every season. And we be so big on people who don't be big on us like that. We are so big on trying to take everybody along with us, and they be dragging us down, draining us, weighing us down, pulling on us, and we're still, I'm going to take them on. Oh, I'm going to take them on with me. You know, they my friend. And God is like, no, let that go. Release them. Because as long as they are weighing you down, how can you go up? You can't. You're actually going down and you don't even know you're sinking. And God has to actually pull stuff from us. I mean, I'm talking about with me, God literally had to strip me of everything and everybody. This started for me back in September 2022. Like, literally, God literally had to pull people from my grips. God literally pulled things from me. Like, he literally allowed things to die in my life. Like, people died, situations died, jobs. Like, I couldn't even find a job, y'all, for over a year. Like, it was crazy. And I'm a respiratory therapist, and there are jobs out here. But for a year, I could not find a job. And I was like, God, what's going on? But God needed me the most at that time. God needed my attention, because had I been working, I would have just been going, and never given God what he required of me. And God was like, I'm trying to take you somewhere. I'm trying to build you. I'm trying to elevate you. I'm trying to bless you. But before I can do all of that, I need to, let me holler at you. Let me holler at you. Let me take some of this weight up off you. Let me show you who these people really are. Let me show you that people aren't really for you like that. They ain't big on you like you're big on them. Your heart is so good. Your heart is so big that you want to help everybody. But you can't help everybody because there are seasons where God needs you and you alone. And then there are seasons where God will send people to your life so that you can be a blessing to them. Because listen, y'all, the season that I was in, God just needed me. And for a moment, for a few months, it was just, God told me to just deal with me and my children. He said, just handle the people who are within your household. Not your mama, not your daddy, not your sisters, not your friends, not your cousins, nobody. I need your undivided attention. And because I have given you those children, you got to deal with them. You got to, you know what I'm saying? I had to deal with them, but that was it. My phone was dry. Nobody was coming by. People would like, it was like I was misunderstood. People thought, you know, what's going on with her? God was giving me words. You know what I'm saying? And I was like posting to Facebook or, you know, to social media of what God was telling me. And I didn't even understand it because I'm like, God, you keep giving me these words and you're speaking life. But where is it? Because to me, everything is dead. And what's not dead is dying. You get me? But God was still telling me to speak life into myself, into my children, and into whoever it was that I was connected to through social media. God still had me speaking life to people when I was in a dead situation. At least it looked like it was dead. But God kept my mind, because had I not been connected to God, I would have lost it. But God said I was doing all of this because there's a beast on the inside of you that I need to awaken for this next level. Because where I'm taking you, I need you to be a beast. Because you got to be stronger. Every level that you go up, every level that you go up higher, the devil comes at you even stronger. But listen, we ain't giving the devil no credit. I'm just telling you what happens. Because, he's going to come at you. But we just going to drop him where he at. You feel me? But God is like, I need a new version of you. I need a stronger version of you. Because I'm about to do a work in you. I'm about to blow your mind. I'm about to take you places that you've never been. And the person that you are right now, the version of who you are right now cannot go. That version will not make it. That version will fail. That version will mess up the plan that I have for you. And that's what God is telling you. That's why you've been going through so much. Because for one, he had to show you who you are. He had to pull out things in you that were asleep, that were dormant. He had to show you who you really were. He had to show you the beast on the inside of you. God don't make no mess. Do you feel me? God does not create mess. God said we were all created in his image and with a purpose. So if you are here and you are listening to me, you are watching me, you have been purposed to walk this life out. You have been gifted with something that somebody else needs. Because remember, it's not for you. It's for somebody else. Just like they have something that's for you. That's why we all need each other. Because we're all here learning from each other, growing with, and you know what I'm saying, growing with each other. But God is saying your Job season was not in vain. Your Job season was not punishment. Everything that God took from you, everything that God snatched from you, everything that God allowed to reject you, if it was rejection and you're still here and you're still in your right mind, know that that was God's protection and redirection to a better you and to a better future. You feel me? God will never take something from you and not replace it with more. God will never do something to you to harm you, to cause harm to you. Everything that God does for you, to you, and through you is with a purpose in mind. Know that. He's never doing something just to do it. Why? He has nothing to prove to anybody because he's God. And that says it all. You feel me? He's God. If anything, we should be trying to prove ourselves to him because we ain't nothing. And we need his love. We need his grace. We need his favor and his blessings. You feel me? But every single day, God is showing us who he is and proving himself to us. And God is just saying, I'm trying to take you somewhere. I got something better than this level that you're on. And I don't want you to get comfortable and satisfied with who you're around, with the level that you're on, with the people that you are with the job that you're on. I got a business for you. I got entrepreneurship in mind for you. I got real love. I got genuine people. You feel me? And I always say this too. Just because you're related to them by blood does not make them your family. You feel me? Family is not just blood relatives. Family are those people who God has sent into your life to love on you, to be a blessing to you. You know what I'm saying? Those are the people who I call family. Those people who God have sent and placed into my life. And we are all making a difference and growing together. We're making a difference in each other's life, but we're also growing together. We're learning from each other. We're loving on each other. We know how to accept constructive criticism in love. Because if you always have somebody that's going along with everything you say, that's not your friend. I'm here to tell you. And I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings or bust your bubble. But let me do that again. Let me bust your bubble. If you have someone in your circle who is always going along with every single thing you do, they won't tell you when you're wrong, that's not your friend. That's not somebody who loves you genuinely, because that means that person will allow you to go out and harm yourself because they failed to tell you the truth. And then once you harm yourself, they'll still be going along with it and just showing you pity instead of telling you what's right and telling you the truth from the jump. You feel me? So I think that that's the purpose of why God has allowed us to go through this Job season. But listen, that wasn't the end of it, because Job withstood every test that God sent his way. And the same with Job, the same with us. We're still here, right? So that means we've been withstanding these tests. We may have been getting some hard blows now, because I promise you, I done got punched and knocked out a few, you know what I'm saying? But I got back up. With the help of the Lord, he got me back up. You know what I'm saying? I got knocked down so many times. But God has helped me every single time he reached out his hand. And he helped me to get back up. So therefore, that's why I know I have a purpose. I know that there's a purpose for me. And there's a purpose for you as well. So just because you've gone through a Job season, that does not mean God does not love you. That does not mean that God has neglected you. But listen, God did not just end it there with Job losing everything. No. God rewarded Job 10 times more, restored everything even better and more. At the end, Job had more than what he lost. Like, he had more than what he started with. And I want to encourage you and leave you with that as well. I'll best believe God's going to reward you for your faithfulness, for your diligence, for sticking it out with him. Because God knows we're not going to get it right all the time. Did you lose some faith along the way? Definitely, because I definitely did. But I did not completely lose all of my faith. You feel me? There were times I was like, oh my God, like, God, are you really going to come through right now? Are you really going to come and see about me? Because don't you see me? So yeah, I was losing, some faith. I was. My faith bank was getting real low. But God did not allow. It seemed like every single time I got low, God would send something that would build me up a little bit. Like, y'all, listen, I literally went through, I'm going to talk about that on another video. My wilderness season. I got to talk about that. Because I know that some of y'all are going through that as well. But right now, I'm just telling you that God allowed you to go through your Job season to wake up that beast in you. There's a beast on the inside of you, baby, and you don't even know it. You ain't even met him or her yet. And maybe you have, but if you haven't, and if you're still in your Job season, you soon to meet him, baby, because God he's calling people to a higher level. God is using the ordinary. God is using people, the uncommon. You know what I'm saying? The unlikely. God is using people because the people of the church have failed God and the world. They turned it into something else. And I'm not going to even get on that. But God is calling people. He's calling people. He's calling you out of the darkness. He's calling you out of your pits. He's calling you out of your low places. And he's putting you up higher. He's putting you on a pedestal. He's putting you so that the world can see, because he has placed a light on the inside of you. And he said, a light can't be hidden. Your light lights up every single place you go in, and you wonder why people look at you funny. It's because there's a light on the inside of you, baby. And the reason that light has come on is because now you are awakened to who you really are, to whose you are, and you are awakened to God, to who God is. Now listen, I've talked long enough. And I think I've said everything that God has told me to say. You know what I'm saying? I've even added my little bit in there. But, y'all get the point. I just want to let you know that there was a beast sleeping. And God had to take you through this season to get you by yourself, to do a work in you. And now you're about to come back with a force. You are about to be a force to be reckoned with. You feel me? And I can't wait to see it. I'm ready to see the overflow, the outpouring of blessings, the overflow of what God is about to do in your life. I want to hear your stories. Tell me. Okay? Listen, y'all. God love you. Your dope sister love you, but always make sure that you're loving on you. And y'all know you're only dope because God is dope. Don't ever play with him, period. I love y'all. Y'all be blessed, and I'll see y'all on the next. Don't forget to share this out to whoever you think needs it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit that bell so you know when I'm notified. Like this video and any other video, and I'll see y'all on the next one, okay? Peace.